Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront updates. While we wait for some more Battlefront news, I thought I'd make a little video talking about an idea I've had for the upcoming game that I would love to hear your feedback about and what you think about it simply. So let's get started. I've had one idea for a game mode in the upcoming game for a very long time now, and I think I actually mentioned it like half a year ago in one of my videos. So the chances are that some of you guys might already have heard it. In that case, I apologize. Anyways, what this idea and game mode is based on is the Battle Above Endor in episode 6, The Return of the Jedi. And I would like to see a game mode and or map where you get the chance to play through the full Battle Above Endor, including the battle on the surface. The way I picture this is simply that you are divided into two teams, the Empire and the Rebels, of course. And the goal is to destroy or protect the Death Star, and each team has a number of available positions on the surface and in space, so that there will always be a battle going on both of these places. And the Rebel surface group has to try and destroy the shield bunker, while the Empire has to defend it. This part of the game mode is probably very simple to get going, as it practically already exists in the old Battlefront game, just that it wasn't linked together with the Death Star. While the group below tries to destroy and defend the shield bunker, the fight will continue in space, and the Rebels have to try and defend their larger ships and frigates against the Empire forces, and the game ends either when the Rebel forces are wiped out or the Death Star is destroyed. So at the start of the game, a timer is started, and every, let's say, 10 minutes, the Empire gets a chance to fire from the Death Star, and if aimed correctly, destroy one of the Rebels' big ships. The Rebels' frigates can also be destroyed a bit like in Battlefront 2, by destroying all of their critical systems, either from the outside or from the inside. If the Rebels manage to destroy the shield bunker, the fight will shift in space, and the Rebels will now have the opportunity to destroy the Death Star. At this point, I would really like to see the Death Star portrayed like in the movies, where the Rebels has to fly through a very narrow tunnel all the way into the core, and then score one hit with the missiles in the core, after which you get a few seconds to turn around or find another tunnel out, until the core starts to blow up. I know that this will be a very hard part of the game mode to balance, because it has to be very hard to enter the Death Star, but not too hard of course. It should be up to the Empire players to man the cannons around all of the entries and patrol the openings with TIE fighters and so on, because if you do manage to follow one Rebel ship into the tunnel, it should be pretty easy to take them out from behind, since there's not a lot of space to maneuver in. And this is also why the Rebels has to work together and enter the Death Star together, like in the movies. And I know that there are a lot of details in this game mode that is important to get right in terms of balancing, and there's also stuff I left out like Star Destroyers and so on, but that's something I've left open to discussion. Overall, I don't think this game mode will be too hard to pull off technically if you do the surface and space battle as two separate battlefields. Just imagine yourself hearing the roaring sound of the Death Star's core exploding behind you while you push down the throttle to max and try to escape before it explodes. I would love to hear you guys' feedback on this idea and how you think it would work out. I've been thinking a lot about these ideas, and I really hope that DICE will implement battles from the movies like this, such as the Geonosis, Kashyyyk and Hoth battles, just to mention a few. They really have the opportunity to create something special with these battles, instead of just having them as passive maps with no progression. I hope they use the battles from the movies to create even more exciting gameplay for us, because I think that would even attract people that usually don't play these kind of games to try it out, as they want to experience the battles from the movies by themselves. DICE truly has the chance to create the game of this decade with Star Wars Battlefront, and I hope they won't disappoint us. Lastly, I would just like to quickly mention that I created a second channel, which 17 of you guys seem to already have found out, where I will upload some non-Battlefront content such as Titanfall and other coming games. I might actually even do some Battlefront Let's Plays or live commentaries, and maybe even a future video log, who knows. So if you want to see more than just Battlefront news content from me, make sure to subscribe. I have not yet put up a video there, but I will do so very soon. That was all I had for this video. Make sure to let me know what you think about my Death Star mode ID, and just overall what you think about DICE implementing battles from the movies in the game. And maybe even tweet this video to some of the DICE developers to see what they think. Well, anyways, as always guys, may the Force be with you.